moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouaga only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouaga
does not represent the rescue government, they does not represent us. That's why the president appointed us to work in this government here. But there are people who don't want to perform their duty, and the president needs to sack them. My man, how will you feed people on the road here? When you don't bring the people, and that's why we are in the government. We will make sure those who are not working, let the president sack them. You can keep the garbage at this. It's bad. The garbage needs to be removed. This garbage needs to be removed. You see that the whole man holding your nose? He's actually holding your nose. He's actually holding your nose. And then you telling me, say, I saw the telephone your call. They don't know what they're supposed to do when they're collecting taxes around here. When people paying taxes around here, then you telling me, say, oh, I should take phone and call people. I don't care for that. I'm not going to take phone and call anybody. I am not going to take phone and call anybody. They should know their duty, and that's why the president appointed them. They see people take the garbage from them upon the Facebook. They say the president not working. So we are saying that those who are not working, the president should sack them. Do you know how many months the garbage have been here? 3, 4, 5 months that the garbage around here. When you write these people, then they will say, oh, we don't have it. By the end of the day, they collected taxes from people, from business people. Why they can't take the garbage from here? You think this won't represent us? This does not represent us as a government. Our senators, our commissioners, our mayors, they will sit down. They don't want to clear the garbage around here. The president needs to take action and make sure let some people leave the job. If they're not performing, let them go. The president needs to take action. He needs to sack people. People who don't want to work, take them from there. See the garbage here. I can't be, man. I can't be.
Since 1847, we gain independence. People in Nigeria gained independence in 1961. 1961.
On a quick get to.
But since 1847, the total number of paved road, Kota road, tar road, cement road, all is just 750 kilometers. Since 1847.
Courage now.
Yes, this president took over 2 years now. In his second year, he's paving over 400 kilometers of roads. That's more than half of the total road paved since 1847. Can you imagine that?
So you come and say Liberia people not like road. I mean that they complain.
The ones that they complain, most of them don't complain, but the ones you see complaining, it's like they say, leave the roads, give us job. Look, since we had military since 1847, we've never had a military hospital. We are now building the first military hospital. In fact, the roof is on top of it as we speak, under this president. You know how do you have, you people get something in Nigeria like the Federal Police Secret Service? We have our own here, they call it NSA, National Security Agency. Ever since this country been founded, they have been renting in one building up Mama Point. If you like, I will carry you there right now. It's this president that is building a new building in his second year on 10 acres of land, over 75 offices. I'm not talking about command and control center. Since this country was founded, it's the first time in his second year that we are paying our WISE fees. You know, you have the West Africa examination team.
Why?
Yes, we are paying for, the government is paying for the students' fees.
Now,
even Nigeria, they don't have free tuition-free universities and colleges in this country under this president. In the second year, we have tuition-free universities and colleges. As poor as we are, can you imagine that? Okay. So think about it for a second. How do we pay all the money here, my brother? It means we have to cut down on the chicken feet, cow foot, and pig feet in one soup. You should eat just pig foot.
Now so we don't understand. So I feel you now. So
we will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies to go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today's the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You will see a Liberia that will give you hope. You will see a Liberia where corruption will be thing of the past because
for 12 years now, he's now president now. We finish campaign for that kind of old man, then he wants to persecute us. Is that going to persecute us? So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you is to help you with lawyer. Get 5,000, go look for lawyer. So from Kun offered, my own son offered that I went and found a resolution.
Look there for us. The mission said they can put on half of it at break time. You go because you get a fork like in the end. Some of them feel destined. I think that you sick, then you get them back. 4 o'clock in the night, you need to go send out to the hospital until in the morning. You send out there, they say you they tell you no material or they will not treat you for that day. So you come to our help, really need your help to save us, please.
As a differential oversight authority for SOEs, thus leading to the weak oversight of SOEs for years. Consequently, non-compliance, lack of accountability, and waste and abuse of resources across state-owned enterprises are prevalent, thereby affecting the effective delivery of core public services and hence undermine national growth and development. Let me say without mincing words that many of our SOEs are marred with mismanagement and abuse of resources they control to provide services to Liberians. The heads of many SOEs feel that they do not owe accountability to the Liberian people, who are the owners of the enterprises they head. Deliberately fail to submit their operational reports to the BSE for consolidation and publication to the public in flagrant violation of the PFM laws. This is because the existing laws do not specifically provide sanctions for heads of SOEs when they violate the laws. As a differential oversight authority for SOEs, thus leading to the weak oversight of SOEs for years. Consequently, non-compliance, lack of accountability, and waste and abuse of resources across state-owned enterprises are prevalent, thereby affecting the effective delivery of core public services and hence undermine national growth and development. Let me say without mincing words that many of our SOEs are marred with mismanagement and abuse of resources they control to provide services to Liberians. The heads of many SOEs feel that they do not owe accountability to the Liberian people, who are the owners of the enterprises they had. Deliberately failed to submit the operational reports to the BSE for consolidation and publication to the public in flagrant violation of the BFM laws. This is because the existing laws do not specifically provide sanctions for heads of SOEs when they violate the laws.
I fought for you. I say the care for you, JAP. Shout out to them. He threatened me into the market. He announced my knee into the market. He removed me into the market. He went for the power. He was on the side. He said, I don't see the market. Because what I tell you, I was into the market. So he removed my power in the market. He removed my power. JAP see that. After when you see that who fought for you, Jeremy? I fought for you. So that's on the now. Who fought for you? That's allowed to the see Jeremy. President Jeremy. I salute you. I salute you.
Okay,
Jeremy Fowler, come our rescue. Right. You take it from here for us.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to the press.
I don't clean a deck. Extra expensive, and I can go through. But there's somebody in the building who says he work with LNA as a maintenance personnel. So he will come after we sell, and he will do the cleaning. What daybreak, you put pepper down, you put a hand give it to him. You put it out down, you put a hand give it to him.
You mean the pepper? If the pepper you put out, you pull a hand, you give it to him. If it out, you pull a hand, you give it to him.
And when you don't sell it for you can't say add it up.
Okay.
Now when you see the bill, the ticket person come, pay up.
Okay.
Then Friday, you have to pay the 200 for the corporate support. Saturday, you pay the 200 for together fee.
Every Saturday.
Yeah. So that's the reason why you see most family here, they say they tell our uncle my child one ask too much there. Now it's okay, eat the money. But sometimes the market money will be inside. Sometimes the center will walk through, it can be inside.
Two next.
I
Oh, you mean the reburial? They came to you guys to collect 500.
Who came to you? Who?
Who this was this?
So you guys pay? You pay?
Okay.
So I was confused when the speaking there to understand there that they're not responsible to take away garbage.
Yeah.
But now we're paying for me, I'm paying $90 a week for garbage.
Garbage fee.
Yeah.
Every week.
Every week.
$90.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Okay.
30. So why is taking around going and they're making me to understand today that they're not responsible to take it.
So when you
the minister told us they will not move nobody from the market, nobody have power to move anybody from the market. But they come here, we told the minister they won't start collecting money, they come here collecting 2,500 each on each table. They say they're going for election. We are going for election, those who are going for election. And we saw the go for election, they told them this month. They get in announcing the election, they have the power to be able to tell that we have the election, they told them we run no campaign. They're still running the campaign already. Then they tell you, but man went to all county The market again 400,000 to what one campaign along.
Wrong campaign for who?
From Lucy. He went about wrong campaign for Lucy. Because ever smooth that he leave on, the smooth that will call say, oh, they will call Lucy. Then he will call Lucy and tell Lucy, say, the Poland one president say, why not me? You don't vote for me, not me. Here Lucy was important to all the smooth, all the country they went to, the smooth that they went.
By the grace of God Almighty, a new day is rising. From the dust of struggle, our voices are rising. They try to hide the truth in shadows and lies, but a seed of courage kept learning to rise. Through the storms of slander, the rumors, the pain, I walked through the fire, I danced in the rain. They called me finished, but watch how I thrive. Count every scar, that's proof I'm alive. I am Koji, a survivor. Hey, you can push me down, I rise higher. From the ground to the sky I go, from the fire to the light I glow. I am Koji, a survivor. Oh, yeah. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji. Let it show. I am, let it show. See the dust on my shoes, that's where I'm from. Every wound on my skin beats like a drum. Turn the hate into fuel, let the doubters talk. I'll put faith in my feet, watch this victory walk. Mama's prayers on my head, I remember them still. Every tear that she cried turned iron in my will. I was counting every note like steps on a stair. Now I stand on the roof, breathing brave new air. Yeah, I am Koji, it's survival.
That's how we do it here, fellow Liberians, women abroad.
I rise high, from the ground to the sky.
The best we can do is hit for us the share button.
Oh, I am Koji, it's survival. Oh, yeah. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji. Let it show. Let it show. I danced in the rain. They call me finished, but watch how I thrive. Count every scar, that's proof I'm alive. I am Koji, a survivor. Hey, you can push me down, I rise higher. From the ground to the sky I go, from the fire to the light I glow. I am Koji, a survivor. Oh, hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji. Let it show. I am, let it show. See the dust on my shoes, that's where I'm from. Every wound on my skin beats like a drum. Turn the hate into fuel, let the doubters talk. I'll put faith in my feet, watch this victory walk. Mama's prayers on my head, I remember them still. Every tear that she cried turned iron in my will. I was counting every note like steps on a stair. Now I stand on the roof, breathing brave new air. Yeah, I am Koji, it's survival. Hey, you can push me down, I rise high. From the ground to the sky I go, from the fire to the light I go. I am Koji, it's survival. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. I, by the grace of God Almighty, a new day is rising. From the dust of struggle, our voices are rising. They try to hide the truth in shadows and lies, but a seed of courage kept learning to rise. Through the storms of slander, the rumors, the pain, I walked through the fire, I danced in the rain. They called me finished, but watch how I thrive. Count every scar, that's proof I'm alive. I am Koji, a survivor. Hey, you can push me down, I rise higher. From the ground to the sky I go, from the fire to the light I glow. I am Koji, a survivor. Oh, yeah. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji. Let it show. I am, let it show. See the dust on my shoes, that's where I'm from. Every wound on my skin beats like a drum. Turn the hate into fuel, let the doubters talk. I'll put faith in my feet, watch this victory walk. Mama's prayers on my head, I remember them still. Every tear that she cried turned iron in my will.
All right, fellow Liberians, home and abroad. It's a privilege again for us to be on here. We are so excited that we have another opportunity where at least we can gather to discuss issues that are affecting our nation, Liberia. So again, as usual, we ask that you do us a favor. And that favor we want you to do for us is to kindly hit for us the share button, share with friends, share with family members, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful time together. I want to welcome my brother Jake. Jake, how are you, sir?
Yes, thank you, brother. Salute to you and to the followers. More respect to the followers. Those are sharing. You have to share this video. Thank you for everything. Sharing is free with Matthew Fowler. You're already in April, so you have to share this video, please.
Definitely. I also joined by our brother, Frank Mulba. My brother Frank, how are you, sir? Okay, so I think he's busy behind the scene there, you know, trying to get some other stuff done. So let's see how best we can move on. But others will be joining us just in a split seconds. There will be others that will be joining us. How is the sound from your end? Are you getting me loud and clear?
Yeah. Getting you clear and loud.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not using my headset. I'm using the phone mic. So sometimes it's confusing.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, we'll get there. We order for one, but up to now, I don't know. People ain't bring it yet. I don't know. Hopefully, I will be able to get it by tomorrow. I'm very sure by tomorrow I will get it.
Well, Prince,
yes, sir.
Something dear to you. What happening to the PSP pack, man? It's deplorable now in just 2 years. If you see the latest running jar, I saw some video of running jar made one video concerning the PSP pack. My man, if you see the PSP pack now, in 2 years' time, I mean, it will baffle you that the country Liberia or Liberians, they know how to take care of things. Yeah. In 2 years' time, brother, it's deplorable. See that. All the light that used to be on the ground shining, they dig everything up, my man. Imagine I think the PHP part deplorable now in 2 years time, that $1 million project, that multi-million dollar project. I saw the video, I wanted to share tears. So I said, what kind of, well, why Liberia will be treating their own things like that? Why? Why Liberia? It never happened in the history of our country before. Since all the great leaders, pack, that every part of the world, people go, they play, they carry their children. Then the vision of the former president to lay all this parking in our nation capital, Monrovia. They deplorable that beside that, the United Party, they get nothing in play. All the big muff they get. The park is not for just weird. The park is for Liberians. The Liberia park. So what they don't, what they say the mayor, they get nothing in place to hire people. Even they want to hire sedition, not hire United Party people that was in our water, in our feces water, whatsoever, the toilet water. Not they hire them to maintain that part. Why it's deplorable, brother. If you see it, you will shed tears.
I know. But anyways, we'll discuss all those. Let's welcome our brother Frank. My brother Frank, how are you, sir?
Thank you so much, friends. How you doing, Wilma? I'm doing good. Doing good.
Again, we want to say welcome to all of you. As usual, hit the share button, and so that we can have a wonderful, wonderful time. We hope and pray that, we can all participate, whether be in the comment section or wherever, that all of us can have a very good interaction. My brother, I wanted to start on the first issue. And this issue is worrisome. This issue is something that anytime it surfaces somewhere, it means it is dangerous. The CSA boss, Civil Servant boss Josiah Joker, I know we talk about this, was important that we talk about it, put out a communication in which he is saying that people who work in government, civil servants at the level of the executive, should have absolutely no mind or thought of disclosing any information out to the public. That if that happens, they will ensure that that individual is persecuted, that individual is fired. Throughout the history of mankind, information dissemination has been very important. Since government was established, there has never been a government that will say information should be hidden from the public. Even if they have information that are, to some extent hidden from the public, one way or the other, the people will get to know it. But today we are seeing this government of Joseph Numa Boyka now threatening civil servants that you don't have the right to disclose any information. You don't have the right to put out any information. If you try, we'll sack you, we'll persecute you, this, that, and all the other things. Let me hear from you, my brother Jay. What is going on with this attitude of the Unity Party government? What are they afraid of that they've started to warn people, to threaten people, and etc.? What do you think is going on? Let's hear from you, sir.
Let me tell you something. When I stay too well long on the topic because we brush on it, let me say something. I blame the Liberian people, the civil servant, who is Josiah Joker, to change the whole nature of Liberia. I blame them now. They're seeking for a job, but and I honor George where every small thing they were protesting. It's time for them to protest. Just Huge amount of people. Huge amount of people. You're over 50 to 70,000 people. I know 50 to 65 to 70,000 civil servants in the Republic of Liberia. Every corner of that country. More than maybe that. Josiah Joker. You cannot protest. You cannot hold the government. You cannot protest 2 days. Baga was sacking straight. So let me tell you something. It's like when Liberian people preach. We must not sugarcoat nothing here. And I honor joy where they had the highest protest in Liberian history. Every small thing, when somebody lay down here, they fall down. That joy where we play video there from here. Correct go in the other community, they protest. The other one happy here, they protest. God, now somebody down in the other community that joy we are. Everything that was protesting in the country, protest was all of the day. How can Josiah Joker, the men that came from outside of the country, you left in the Western world, can join you all that? You cannot stand to him. You cannot stand the civil servant. They don't get union. They get no union in the Republic of Liberia that can stand to him. He said, no, enough is enough. You becoming bring your stupidity into our country here. On a job where you were free, everything was happening here. Who are you people? You think the country belong to your one? They got to interfere straight. But why else you sound document? 11 Liberian people preach. I will tell you this. It left with them. They need to stay. They stay in that business. Prince, let me tell you reality, because thousands of people are laid on and they lay there off. They dance out thousands of thousands. And most of the people that they dance out are sedition. A reality. Most of the people that they dance out every quarter are also sedition. They know them. So that then that the Unity Party, that they do what they can do. For me, he get that authority. They must sign no paper. Sign the paper for what? Information will stay leaked. It generally get up all over, no matter what. More Ali than been leaking secret. We play video here. We play a lot of video here. So where's Josiah Joker to stop things from leaking information?
If I may ask you this question. Others are saying that political parties are not talking, even though you say, why is it the people are not coming up? But others are saying that political parties are supposed to talk, and these political parties are not talking. How do you respond to that?
Let me say something to you. The Liberian people, your own. And like Joel, waiting for to talk. Joel, I'm talking now. Well, when they get CMC, where? So that when the question they always ask, during Joel time, they had every group. Why would that CDC should talk? That CDC, the only political party, if election by 2029, you see more than 10 different parties coming up. Why they cannot stay now? What the other party then? What the commies? But the commission bear with the Unity Party? What's the other group of people that everything were protesting the country? Where ACO then? Where the CMC? The other political party in the country? That's not the CDC in the country. So you're one for the former president that the only voice in the country. No, the president got the time to talk. I told you people, right after the World Cup, we drag it in 2027. I tell you, 2 more years. I tell you, no whoop or water in Kokino. But the president, I'll be honest, Prince, your dad has sedition, but I like the president taking the whole situation. You're not addressing nothing concerning what happened in the border town, what happened in Lofa, how the government proceeding, breaking people's houses. They make concentrating being a party headquarters, come outside, look for money, as all his partners saying that he knew before, all these people that stay in there with him. Because CDC got a lot of work to do. They need over a cattle lawyer here. They need millions of dollars to challenge the Unity Party in 2029. It's election are money, huge amount of money. So like how CDC, especially by the president, not having conversation in the matter about the country. They make the decision, Prince. Election have consequence. Election have consequence. Let them feel it. So we're not feeling it. I'll be honest to you. So I said it before. Suppose Java decide one day is this okay? I don't want to be president yet. I live in my private life. I get function already. I working at FIFA. See, I told you people, FIFA was $6 billion. He having budget at over $100 million. He's a chairman. He get piece of work to do, work right around the corner. So you will leave a worker story. Then you play one video, you play one. I can't tell you yesterday. I'm watching you. I think today or yesterday when you came on sooner. You said all the former leaders in the country that didn't catch me. They're not in power. But why Joseph Walker? 12 good years, they were not, you're out of power. Nobody employing. Joe Weah, he not in power. FIFA employee. A lot of people, man, our former vice president, she get piece of job she doing. I saw that and say, yeah, you nail it. So Joe Weah get piece of job to do maybe right after the World Cup in September, August, or September. Then yeah, you will tell if Atino now. Okay, if Atino, the World Cup is over, I concentrate into my second. I won't come back to power. I won't be like, I want job 2.0 coming back to Liberia. Then now we're facing the protocols. Then you come to the protocol left line and then you address things. But personally, I like how he moving. Nobody know a movement. So that the people cry wolf. They make that decision. They make the bed. Let it sleep in that bed, please. We lay down in that bed for a while. Mosquito will bite there.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And tonight I'm going to be on the other side asking the hard question as I want to hear from you. But let's go to our brother Frank. My brother Frank, the government, somebody say, is trying to muzzle people's right to speak on issues. The government is now writing communication telling people who are working in government, you have no right to talk. Even if there are issues of concern, that when you talk, you will be fired, they will take action against you, and etc. What is happening? What is going on? How you view this whole thing? Welcome again.
Thank you so much. I will answer that question. I will also detail on about the silence of political parties. But let me answer the question first. You see, with such statement coming from the government, that simplifies that there are masses corruption, or there is masses corruption going on within the government. That also simplified that the government has failed to provide what it campaign measures works or stand on to provide for the Liberian people. That also entails that there are talks going on within the government, that the government know, or the government have heard citizens or workers speaking or talking about it. And then the government have to come out to send a signal, a threat to those who are employed to put fear in them. So, let me say this. This was a government that sat down when they were in opposition before coming to power. Joseph Boakai. He said to the Liberian people and to the world, to where he was being interviewed, that his government will be transparent, that his government have nothing to hide, that his government will communicate everything to the Liberian people, that his government will be the government for the Liberian people, that his government will be the government of the people of the Republic of Liberia, that his government, the final decision will be the people, that he will never threaten the people of the Republic of Liberia, that he was already old, he need nothing, but he was coming to rescue the Liberian people, to provide for the Liberian people since 1847. What the Liberian people have not gotten, he was coming to provide it for them. That he was the Messiah, that he understood the situation, the circumstances, the frustrations, the needs of the people than any other political party or candidate in the Republic of Liberia. Today, it baffles us that the same government who spoke all these things yesterday, it is the government now today telling the Liberian people to not come out to speak when they see things going wrong. It is a government that have come out today to tell the Liberian people or threaten the Liberian people to not come out to speak against corruption. When yesterday they said freedom of speech was a right but not a choice to be given to people. It was a right to speak as a Liberian. Yesterday, they said as a Liberian, if you want to be patriot, you should speak the right and not to back corruption. But today, they are saying as a patriot, Liberian, don't speak against corruption. Don't speak against the government. Don't speak about the ill in society. Don't expose the government. Yesterday, when they said they were there to expose the government, to put the government feet on fire, to make sure the need of the Liberian people are showing. But today they are saying any Liberian that come out to put the feet of the government on fire, you are not a patriot Liberian. Any Liberian that come out to speak about the ill of the government, the corruption in government, the rampant corruption, you are not a Liberian, but against the affair of the state. How can the affair of the state affect the Liberian people? The affair of the state affect the Liberian people, and you expect the Liberian people not to come out to speak against that which affect the Liberian people. And then you threaten people who will come out to speak that if you do, we will take your job from you. That if you do, you will no longer be employed. That if you do, we will see you as enemy of the state, as enemy of the government. That if you do, that means you do not like the government. This is the kind of government that we have in power for the Liberian people, because the Liberian people selected or voted for this. But let me speak on the silence of the opposition. Let me speak on the silence of the various political parties. You know the reason why some of these political parties are silent and don't want to speak, as we saw them, the previous government, they spoke eloquently. I mean, at this time, they will be on Facebook. Tomorrow on Facebook, the next day on Facebook, every major political party we saw, they were all on Facebook. In fact, they were sweeping Facebook as well. But today, the reason why they are silent, let me say this. It is because they feel that CDC is an obstacle to their success. And I'm being blunt on this. They see that CDC is an obstacle to their success, because in their mind, if they come out to speak against this government, they don't have the population. They do not have the mandate of the people. They are not populous. So if they speak against the government, in their mind, they are paving the way for CDC. They are paving the way for President George Manneh that they spoke against years before, when they were on the side of this current government. So in their mind, they will not speak because CDC is blocking their success. Because the next government isn't waiting. It is the CDC political party. That's the next government in waiting. All the other political parties, they are not the next government in waiting. They know that. So that is why they are also silent. Another reason why they are also silent, let us be frank here. Some of these people, no matter what, they do not ally or consider the need of what they call the country children. They don't. They still see themselves as a miracle like children. They don't care. So they don't care what is going on. That's the fact. So some of them, whether they come to power or not, but in their mind, they do not want to see the native men. They do not want to see the men who understand what Liberia is. These people don't understand what Liberia is because the fact here is today we are enjoying peace. It was the native men. It was the common people along with their slave master that brought the war. And it was the native men, the native son and women that fought for peace. That today we all are enjoying. Are we seeing it? The same people bringing peace. Then we see the same people that were supporting and native men that come from Sierra Leone that said, if he does not win the election, there will be no peace, there will be war, there will be the end of Liberia. And native men will not speak such words that if I do not win the election, that will be the end of Liberia. We will dissolve Liberia. Only the common people and the educated people, so-called educated and elite, so-called elite, will speak in that manner. So the peace of Liberia, it is being protected by the native men. The peace of Liberia came upon the native men. It was not because of the educated elite. I mean, if you look at history, all those people who are fighting for power today, none of them fought for peace. None of them fought for peace. The Kumi one came and said Joshua was a soccer player. He used that. In fact, that was his message. A soccer player became president, this, that, and so forth. Right? But it was a soccer player that used his career. It was a soccer player that used his influence to bring peace in Liberia. Where was Kumi when he was working for Coca-Cola? Why he didn't use his popularity? Why he didn't use his job to fight or to advocate for peace that we all are enjoying today? They didn't do that. Majority of them, they were in the US, they were working in Google places, they had connection, but they never used their connection for the success of the Liberian people. But they used their connection to bring war, to bring chaos. And we saw that during President George Mann we are done. Some of them who said they are well connected, some of them who said they are connected to lawmakers, to Congress, they use that same connection again to threaten the peace and security of Liberia, to say the United Nations and the United States should sanction the Liberian Republic. They use that their influence again and say that the United States government should not give aid or help to the Liberian people. They use their connections and say sanctions should go on the Liberian people. Is that peace? Is that love? To punish your native people, to punish your nation that you want to rule, that you want to lead the people that you say you love? Is that how you show love to your people? By telling the outsider who want to help your country, not to help your country, but to put sanction and suffer your people for another 6 years, and you are happy and sit down in the diaspora on your comfort zone and look at your people suffer? You call that love for your country?
But let me ask this question before we move on. The government has the right to protect information that are very sensitive. And when you enter government, it is your right to respect, sign up to whatever law that they have to protect sensitive information in the office. Don't you think that is also another breach of confidentiality on the part of maybe civil servant to put out information to the public? Like, take for example, salary, for example. You sign up to ensure that you are responsible. If you are not paid, there's no need for you to come on Facebook and yell about it. Somebody will say, for example, there is another internal communication that they want to maybe reduce the size of the workforce in a particular ministry. And they just say, look, internal memo is not for us. If you take that information and put it out, don't you think that it is right that the government should use a disciplinary measure to ensure that, you are disciplined?
Let me say this, Brother Prince. Thank you so much for that question. You see, That is why it's very important, right? Sometimes it's not everything that you learn in school. Okay? It's not everything that you learn in school, right? Now, the analysis, right? Or the question that you just gave. Let me say this. On a job site, there are things that I can bring out, and there are things that I will bring out. One, I cannot disclose how much I'm being paid at the job, because I might either be getting higher pay, and while somebody at the same job as well getting lower pay. Even in the US, they will tell you, don't talk about your pay. But when it comes about me getting paid and I'm not getting paid, I have the right to come out to speak about it. The judge cannot hurt me, because you know what? I work for it and I must get paid because I have produced. So I must get paid for what I have produced for the company. I must get paid for the job I have done for the state. I must get paid for the job I have done for the community. That is not in a contract, that if I don't get my pay, I shouldn't come out to speak. It is not in a contract. Was it in a contract that I signed before getting a job, before being hired, that if I don't get paid, I shouldn't come out to speak about my pay? It is not in a contract.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. My brother Jake,
Yeah.
we listen to Brandon.
Let me follow. Let me just on concerning what you say. What Josiah Joker in an NSA. He working at NSA boss. Pray you a security man. There's a certain things. There's a certain security thing that you need to be leaked outside. Even whistleblower they get leaky. Now what they get? And one get a big one of the all over the world they get whistleblower protection. They got some whistleblower.
WikiLeaks.
Yeah, WikiLeaks got a whistleblower leak to the media. The media is the whistleblower. The media can uncover darkness. They shine light to places and tell the Liberian people or tell the citizen that while they are the watchdog of the country, while you're sleeping, they're watching everybody down to the president. Leakage come from all around, because the rescue said that they came to they want transparency now. So what they hiding? What they hiding? It's not national threat to, it's not a threat to the country. It's not a threat to the country. No, you got information will leak no matter what Josiah Joker they're doing. They're trying to do here. You know, they're just trying to silence voices. Let me tell you, all this planning, let me tell you, they button and said, Josiah Jokane undermine the Baka administration, because this will be your hatred. Let me tell you something. There's something deeper than Josiah Baka. It's near every day you don't want grass in. I said there's something beyond Joseph Waka. Beyond Joseph Waka. They know what they're doing. How can a Josiah Joker? No law give you that mandate. No law. Then you come in as a civil servant. Then you making down the president make that statement that you kekele. You work at the will and pleasure of the president. The president, if the Liberian people see you, they will sack you. I mean, they can protest the president, yeah, they will sack you. You're not in the confines of you to say these things. You're not part of the legislature. Even the legislature that make law and make new law, all these things. He crossing his bound. The reality, the acting order that was the president in total control. That what they're doing different alignment. That this is beyond 2029, brother. This is beyond 2029. The writing is on the wall. Beyond 2029. Where's Josiah Joker then to threaten the people? Yeah. So for me, beyond that, there's not a security thing. No, there will be leakage will come. Our country, the country where that. The country, everything will leak. Even within the United Party, thing leaking already. So they know what they're doing. They're preparing ourselves, man. They're finding ways. That's the video here you're about to display.
Thank you. Let me play this video. You know, we always want to display video so that we can inform the Liberian people how deceptive these people are. That these people are hypocrites. They do not mean what they say. Yesterday, Mr. Boyka was one person who said he was the defender of the people's right to disseminate information anywhere, anyhow, and anything they want to say. Joseph Newman Boyka was among people who were saying, why is it that President Weah Access Declaration is not in Douala Maki? Why is it that President Weah Access Declaration is not all over? Joseph Newman Boyka, he is on record. These people were saying to the Liberian people, President Weah declared asset. Why is it that the asset not all over? Why our Liberians don't have it? These people, they make use of other people who were in the government to bring diabolic, dangerous, and lies out there and lie to people about the government. These people are afraid of their own shadows. What they promised you when they were in opposition, they will never deliver it to you. Let's play this and you're listening to Joseph Newman Boyka.
We'll bring to cabinet people of integrity. And secondly, want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets and want to make sure that this is well known, the purpose of coming to government, to know that it's public service. And if you are not ready to serve the public, you can go elsewhere.
You hear it? To make the people to understand that government is public service. You work for the public. You work at the will and the pleasure of the public. The reason why people say so-called democracy work is because the people have the right to be able to checkmate their government. It's because when there are issues, the people can discuss what's happening in the president's office. That's what makes democracy work. That's what makes it better. I know we are striving, we are fighting to put it together, but that's what makes it to be unique. Joseph Newman Boyka said we are working for the public. But today, Josiah Joker and the others are saying no. The public working for us. Because these people are public officials. Remember now, civil servants, they are public officials. You know, what these crooks are doing, what these gangsters are doing, they are gearing up to think that they can censor people's view for 2029. But they are making the saddest mistake ever. These people know what they are doing. Look, they know how they were able to use these fictitious and very diabolic means to collect information and lie on people. They are seeing their own shadows.
Yeah.
They are afraid because they think that people will do the same to them. No, but we don't need to lie on nobody in this government because by nature they are criminals. We don't need to lie on Joseph Newman Boyka. By nature, this man is a criminal and a wasteful man. We don't need to do that. We don't need to lie on somebody like Mo Ali because by nature, these people are criminals. There's a man who used almost 200,000. He said he paid him in Bapolu. It lasted for only 1 week. The water lasted for only 1 week. We don't need to lie on anybody in this government because their act is just visible. These guys are stealing in broad daylight without fear and favor. So the nonsense that Josiah Joker is on and the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism, they post some kind of nonsense paper up and say they want to now start training how you call content creator and people who making TikTok, people who making comedy and all the other things, they calling them for training. You see how dangerous these guys are? All that they are doing, they don't want to train anybody. What the only thing they want to do is to get you in the database so that they can control you. What you think Liberia would be like, for example, China, where you will censor the view of people? What makes these people foolish so? I thought these people said they have experience. You think in this age, day and time, you can censor the media or you can censor people? This is not the generation of President Todman. where people could not talk. Even during the generation of President Tottenham, people were still talking. People were still talking. You come in an age where major information that are disclosed to the public, in fact, they are disclosed by people who are not even press. Major informations that are disclosed to the public, call for public attention. They are disclosed by people who not know journalist school before or even passed to journalist course before.
But Prince, and I'm cutting you up. You know, they see group of people on information, all these things. And I had that guy put himself on fire at Chipon.
Yeah.
And how today at Chipon let itself on fire at the capital Betty.
Exactly so.
What the Achipon guy today? Why is the United Party doing for the Achipon or the Achipon family? Why they cannot give him piece of job in the country? He got himself on fire because of lies and propaganda.
And our President George Manewia gave it treatment for medication.
Yeah, what did the Achipon were fighting for that right? So they're dashing on the side now. 3 years now, going to 3 years in that government.
No, but
what is the next thing?
Care about the Achipon, but you know what I care about? The things that they wanted to kill themselves for yesterday.
Yeah.
Today, government offices, they are not taking pay. Some of them, they have gone 3-4 months, they're taking pay.
They cajoled
people who wanted to put themselves on fire, the Achipon people there, that said they were advocating, wanted to put themselves. Where are they, like you said?
Yeah.
Where are those people?
All of them muting.
The people who were very critical of government yesterday, the people who wanted for the government to be removed only because President Weah bought new shoes. Where are they today?
All of them mute. All of them mute for free. You see the TV, you can see the country. Everybody mute. The country is hard. Hard shaping govern the nation. Fact, the reality. You can't talking about the one tree. That content, how you train content creator in that vlog.
You training content creator,
wasting money.
What kind of nonsense is this?
But they get money. When they come in, that's just not
forget about the money, my brother, but it's dangerous.
But when I don't train content creator. That's also lie. That's also lie in the corridor. They
Greg Coleman will be the first person that need training. I even want to need a train. Greg Coleman. Oh yeah. Let the information, my brother. They not joke. That what they let me display this on here.
How much they said was spent between these people? How much was spent between these people? How much was spent?
Press relief on LTA. Yeah, is it, my brother? Yeah, is it? LTA.
Yeah, how much they said it was spent?
The Liberian Communication Authority proudly announces mentor and TikTok monetization training for content creator on May the 6th to the 7th at the Bella Casa Hotel on 3rd Street. The Ministries of Information, Youth and Sports are working along with the LTA in the selection of 150 participants. Content creator broad category includes comedian, storyteller, challenger, challenge creator, reactions video makers, and a variety of content producers who prioritize audience enjoyment. This is it. I'm going to read all the other things.
You gotta read these things they said. That lying group of priests.
So they now want to train people now.
Train for what? Where the budget coming from? How much they get to train these people?
But the people coming start paying taxes, my brother.
How do they pay tax?
Oh, but y'all see, you see the thing?
And the president suspended. The president here is suspended.
My brother, let me tell you something. These guys are criminal. They did not suspend that thing. That thing just sitting down, they intimidate people. You know what they are about?
But the country not monitors. The country not monitored by meter. Facebook not monitor the country 100% whatsoever. TikTok not monitors the country. Instagram not monitors the country. How do we pay money? Katumu was selling. They were Katumu on George Weah. She was having parking lot. They were selling food. Anybody charge them? Yeah, we charge them. Anybody charge them? They country. When I tell you the United Party is naked, well, y'all won't believe that thing yet. 3 years now. We're coming in the rainy season now already. And they can't get that way clear.
Kobo people coming pay $50. Kobo people. In fact, let me look for it. Let me see.
Yeah, we still. But Prince, Prince, when I told you followers, I told you people from the initial stage, inception of the government, I told you, I said the United Party is broke. Seriously, they are thin oil around the president, the highest travel in modern history. You know, even go to 6 years, the president travel upon travel, he travel a lot, nothing working for them. No money coming in the country, no international panel. They are them blackball.
They are playing for where Kobo shop then. Who can say
they are them blackball.
Coming pay. They playing for where coming pay. Let put it.
How much they will generate so much? How much they will generate so much?
So what the eat okay fine.
No job for these people. Then you charging them for government. Bring the shooting and setting the legs.
They get hotel here, they get beaches, they get nightclub, and they get eateries. So eatery they get restaurant with or without bar. Fast food, coffee shop. They put out many were saying they are late sunny and you know and what they would say they pay $150. That $150 they pay. Then they go to local. I come in my brother. They go to local. Serving more than 5. For example, the old man who say in a lay paper color near the hall, and you understand, people ain't go buy the paper color. The people say they must pay. They pay taxes of $50. And you understand? Look, this thing is very serious.
That's a failure of the government. Every country in the world, Liberians, followers, are living in the Western world. They don't reduce. Government came to power to reduce people taxes. Trump came to power because he reduced taxes. To reduce taxes. Every government that come to power, the people were voting because you want to reduce their taxes, not to pay high taxes. So they're dead on arrival. There's a campaign slogan. This particular thing they're doing, they were booed them out. All that cheating, what they said, they were cheat. How do you pay the people to pay taxes? On a job, they pay taxes. Job was subsidizing most of these things then.
Let's go to our second issue.
The power tapper, power tapper there.
No, but power tapper there. The power tapper there. Oh, they there. They can believe for it. Now that joke. Let's do your.
Oh my God.
In fact, wait. How you go? Franklin and Joe joking. Power tapper there. They can play for it. Yeah. Let power tapper there. Where is it? Let me see. Okay. Power one tapper for on beverages. Let me see. Beverages. Nightclub, entertainment.
The country ain't get purchasing power. Okay, 5 million people, the poorest in Africa.
Go to recreational sport bar. Where, you know, in our area there, you know, people can sit down, you know, the paper can sit down on a tree. Any tree they see, you're saying that on you're 2, 3. You're saying that you're drinking power. That they classify that place to be how you call it recreational.
Okay, the paper in that play Checo and Lulu.
You will pay. You will pay that recreational something that you pay. Yeah. My brother, that Jogo, they think play way that very
laughable. It's laughable.
It's laughable. It's serious. That Miss Liberia, then all they will pay. If you organizing Miss Liberia, the 5,000 how you pay for pageant. The community, the way in the community, you know, you put children together, you say, oh, you know that children can do how you call Miss Community, for example, maybe Lockington or Miss Jamaica Road, Miss Seontown, whatever, you'll pay $150.
Okay, about the football that go practice, the basketball that go practice, will pay?
You will pay, right here, you will pay. You pay.
So the United Party can be bearing sports?
Liberia is getting great.
Yeah. It's on a festival and visual art festival.
But let me ask you a friend that they think where I want for Joria to talk only as a Joria not talking that they ugly policy there. Now what way charging one tap on them sport people, Mr. Bureau, content creator, then I Joria man talk for what the content monitors. Oh, I can get you the sedition into. I can petty blatin and I want Joria Motor. What can you that Joria former president of the Republic of Liberia stand up barrel that coming back to power that they cannot continue to address.
They get solo artists. For example, they men who can stand on the street and you know and be singing, for example, You stay on the street, you sinking, people get you pay tax at $25. You pay. You pay. Yeah, you pay.
$25 a year or per month.
US, they don't talking about that year you pay that year.
So how about the people who preach on the street? How about the street preacher?
Street preacher too, they will pay. They will pay. Musical band, musical dance group, ballet, kazomba, etc. They will pay. Solo artists, they will pay. The people they choir, we're in church. They come and pay. The churches then work. That thing, they did not joke. And you see that? Church people then, choir people then, they will pay.
There's the West government since 1840. There's a West government since 1847. The West Unity, even any Unity Party was better than the Unity Party.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, is it? They want not joke. That this is very serious. Yeah, is it?
The West government.
Yeah, is it? They get artists, vendors, and agents. You know, the beginner who can sell their live music on the side. For example, they get their music, they do their transfer, they say they will also pay. They will be paying $60.
How about cold water seller? Cold water.
You paying. Let me go to the cold water seller.
Okay, how much they were generating a year time?
My brother, where I want up to there. Go to cold water seller. He talking about cold water. Okay, fine. Yeah, is it? Where they get eateries. Yeah, is it? Where they get restaurant with or without bar, they get fast food, and you know people who selling your late comica, they get coffee shop. Yeah, they get coffee shop. Then they get local serving more than 5. For example, you get a little local area, the people who get their freezer in their room, they get a little cold water, they face it, they bring it outside. As soon as they see you, as soon as they know that you get freezer in your room, you're making cold water, you paying. There, yeah, you'll be paying $50 a year. You pay the taxes, $50.
Highest unemployment in the Republic of Liberia under the Unity Party was highest unemployment. No purchasing power. They don't have a people pay.
So let me ask a question. So yes, all these things listed here, are they part of the 700,000 job?
Oh, but brother, what we talking about? That was just a human work at the
700,000 job in there. That's why they got to pay tax. I say, but man, the Unity Party that every country in the world, every leader, you come to power to retain power, you got to reduce taxes.
Even here in America, the reason why people voted for women left for President Trump was because they wanted something to be on their table. When the taxes are high, as rich as this country is, that people can work 2, 3, 4 jobs. My brother, when you take in too much taxes on the people, they will kick you out.
They will kick you out, yes. Open the wall. Why the Unity Party get brain?
They will kick you out.
But what they say they were smart in the corridor? What they say they were smart in Washington? All of them were in the Western world. That the Western mentality they want to bring to Africa. No purchasing power, highest unemployment under the Unity Party.
Then you writing that kind of nonsense. You see, that is the level of stupidity that I've never seen. These things that are practiced in some of these countries when they have job. Let's even agree that government will not even be able to give you all of the job, but the private sector is vibrant. The private sector is strong. Government will be able to look at money and give it to the private sector and say, okay, and let money here, you know, you invest, and then at the end of the day, you give. But this is not happening in Liberia. So even get money to pay government work, money not there, then a private institution will get money too. Then you're charging the people.
They say the investor that want to come in the country, then you dropping tax incentive. How can dominate that?
And you know what is even more funny? These are the people who are giving 10 years tax waiver. Company.
Why?
So the people who selling Kobo, they say they must pay. You see what is happening? Look, this government is on its way out. This guy, they want to collect every means to steal. You look at big company that you're supposed to give hell about tax. How you call fund to? You can leave them. For example, company like Asda Material say, okay, my man, you bring your thing in, we waive tax. We give you 10 years. There are some companies in that country under the Unity Party government. They gave some of these people 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years tax waiver. They will not have to pay taxes for the next 10 years. They won't. But at the end of the day, they look at somebody who's selling pepper color and say, oh man, you pay. Pepper color to you, easy, you pay. You selling cold water to you, you face smoke kuwait, you pay. So when you facing kuwait to your hog, get ready, you must know so you can't pay taxes now. The cool was sometimes you can even make complete fatherland. You come and make Syria. Look, my people, this is where we are. But my brother, we're listening to the director of the Yellow Machine, Brani Samuka. And Brani Samuka's story is scary. But let me just disclose to the public here, to our people. There is a company from Sierra Leone that is operating in Liberia, an engineering company. Francis Sakila Nimale was able to take 2 of the machines and give it to that company because they are working in Freetown too. And give it to that company under the cover of darkness, thinking that nobody will know. Whether he rented, he leased it, or whatever, he gave it to the company in Sierra Leone. Right now, as we speak, my people, the yellow machine that the people bring in the country is a huge in Ivory Coast. So my question here is, according to them, they say the shape that bringing the yellow machine is too big. It can't fit to that particular freeport. In their mind, they are cajoling us, according to what they are saying. It's too hell, it's too big. The shape can't fit to freeport. No, the shape can't fit there. So what happened is that they got to take it and carry it to Ivory Coast. Then they will call other small shape there. Then they take the yellow machine and put on the small shape, then small shape will bring it to Monrovia or to Liberia. Let's even agree. But here's the question. Who is paying the bills? Because for each time that particular ship is docked at Ivory Coast port, whatever the port is, whether San Pedro or whatever it is, somebody got to pay for it. There has to be payments that have to be made. Okay, so this small ship there that will come and they will put a machine on, who will also pay for it? The time that it is spent in Ivory Coast, who paying? Because it is not the company that pay. Don't tell me that it is the company that sold that machine to you that they will pay. No, they are not the one. Because you are supposed to have a port that will be big enough to be able to receive your loan. So they will not pay. Take for example, you order something from whether it be Amazon or whatever place. You give the people your address. It is their responsibility when they come to drop that in there. They will not come and say, for example, if you tell them, say, look, they think here, take it and put it to my door. You send an address. The address you send, they took that particular item and put it to that door. Then point say, oh, but they play here. They think where you put here, my man, you will pay. Because this is not the address of the person. So you will have to pay. No, the company ain't got no, father didn't get to pay. All they have to do is to deliver. And it is up to you to know how you will do it. So this is my thing. And Brani Samuka spilled the beans. He said so many things. The first thing he said that they were not prepared for the yellow machine. I listened to him clearly. He said they were not prepared for the yellow machine. Because the roads that are connecting these counties, most of these roads are connected via small bridges. So these bridges, some of them, they are damaged. Some of them, they do not have the capacity to take the load that will be transferred to the county. So Brani Samuka is telling us that they weren't ready at all. The machine is there, but how will they reach to these counties? Become another problem. But in the midst of all of these things, the man already get $2 million plaque in his pocket. And this man is asking for $51 million in order for them to be able to ensure that yellow machine get to the Vera County. My brother Jake, let's hear from you, Jake. What do you
Let me say something there. Let me say something to the followers. I will remind them. You see that Sierra Leone company you're talking about? They get linked with Marabio. Marabio gets heavily, probably it's owned by him and the Bio family. Serious share that pay for play. Let me remind followers here. When George came to power, newly, he had a multi-millionaire in Burkina Faso. He knew him personally. The man is a multi-millionaire. He also gave plane to George Weah to make travel easy for the president. The Unity Party ran with that team. The same Unity Party, that whole sorry game, it's a pay for play. Why somebody giving you private plane? The court knows on our judge. Judge said, but the man giving, and I'm a personal person. They getting me plane to ease our transport. I will not spend thousands of dollars on air on chartering flight. So it will be great. The only thing, government will just news, will just put fuel in a plane. We travel to places to make my lot of connection. The United Party cost us on that thing. They say pay for plane. But the president return that plane back to the owner because he never wanted a problem with the he didn't want a problem with the country, the United Party in the country. Other than they had hit pieces all over the place. Different companies from Burkina Faso wanted to operate in the country to pay for plane. The same Sierra Leone company now, the president got serious tie with that. The president, the surrogate get tired with that same company. In Sierra Leone, you can see the relationship between Marabio and the president. And anything difficult for the president, you know, call Marabio. You remember recently he told Marabio to Guinea to meet Dumbuya. So that I read him man right there. So they do a lot of businesses together. So that in that for me, not stream the real machine story part. I call it Vla. How you say you initiate for $25 million from yellow machine and you will spend about $50 million. But for the initial stage of the thing, the United Party people told to maintain the yellow machine every year with $4 million. Every year with $4 million to maintain the yellow machine, everything. They have now the money skyrocket to $51 million in about 4 years' time. We're in 2026 already. 2 years gone already. We're coming in 10 years now. To maintain yellow machine, $4 million. That's 16. That's $16 million. Then how come somebody talking about $51 million? How they put in whole in that kind of money? Why would that people? We're having serious health problem in the country. We will have the poorest medical facility in our West African region. Our healthcare system is poor. Lapidated health, JFK then. We don't have DNA machine anymore. All these great machinery then to check our people. 51 million. It can boost the healthcare system. You can be bad second-hand machinery or in the Western world, especially in Europe. You got to take it from India and China. Come to the West. Or go to America, buy these things, store it to your very hospital then that are having serious fuel problem then, especially we get a lot of disabled people in the country. Come here, a lot of wheelchairs in this country. That the people just dropping everywhere. They're not even wanted. They got latest in now. We can afford the second hand crutches and other things then. The disability in the country too much. A lot of people disabled in the country. They see money too can help the albino. It can help the blind. These are the things that people should target. These are the things we should talk about. Now we're seeing $51 million to maintain to put some kind of retirement age. He already 60-something to gain more million to retire after the United Party rule. Then probably you won't. So I think Grassi, the United Party, will fool me all over, causing George. We are seeing a lot of worse things. They may not football or this and that, but they come to power, friend. They can't even handle the country. Everything, look at, they're talking about shit. They're translating in Ivory Coast. You see, nothing makes sense, Liberian people. Nothing makes sense. I said the people in print, so they battle the country. Since the people took the mantle authority, they're in disarray. They're in this total disarray. Nothing working for them. It's so sad for the country. Yeah, they're dragging the country in the mud. Nothing working. How come the smart people it baffle me? Why the country not working? Nothing they're touching is working for them. Everything disarray. They're confused, Prince. They're confused. We get the poorest healthcare system in Africa. The July 27 become 179. Next year will be 180 years old, 2027. 180 years old, the poorest nation. Lapidated university, Republic of Liberia. Our school they ruined. Poor education. Early just selling, flop. Nothing working in the country. That early was there only okay. If you're not talking about what kind of face RIA role where job we started. He said he appealed to them to complete the project. He matching. She said that's a gateway of the country. I said, oh, that now you recognize job we are. Yeah, go ahead, your friend.
You know, let me say something here, right? You know, we have access to technology. So the statement that the ship couldn't fit to the seaport of Liberia, but it can fit to Abidjan in Africa. So that means the seaport of Abidjan is bigger or deeper, right, than the seaport of Liberia, right?
Yeah.
Now, for all we didn't go to school, we are common people children, but there is something called, we can use this phone here. Now, what I have here, it says, because we want to measure it now, which one is deep, right? So we can clear our narrative off. Now, it says the free port of Monrovia is the deepest seaport in Liberia, which channel depth exceeding up to 14.5 meters, roughly 47 feet. Now, Ivory Coast, Liberia got 14.5 meters, roughly 47 feet. In Africa, the largest seaport in Africa, which is in Abidjan, is 13.5 meters, about 44 feet. So how can a ship that cannot fit on a seaport of 14.5 meters, right, 47 feet, but it can fit to 13.5 meters, 44 feet? Make it make sense.
They don't want to see, man.
You see? So right there is lie. There is no ship.
I'm talking of friend. Bill tried to drag that port recently too. You know, George, they dragged that port. He dragged that particular port. That's Bill Trared, the former port managing director. So that thing they're talking about Vlad. Go ahead, brother.
So right there, they lie again, right? They lie because we may use all of technology, we may use our phone, like we just said. I mean, these people think that this kind of modern time here, that you can check, and then I mean, you just Google thing, you will find it straight. Look what I just did, and then compare it both. Liberia seaport is deeper than Ivory Coast. Liberia got 14.5. Africa got 13.5. Roughly, Liberia got 47 feet, and roughly, Africa, Abidjan got 44 feet. So Liberia is deeper and longer than Ivory Coast. So that in itself to say, they take the ship to Liberia, then from there they will take the machine there and think the same machine when they wore yellow suit. And you see, we said these things here before. Machines that are coming, they are coming for two things. One, to continue to break your homes down, to continue to take your land from you, your horses, break it down. And second, to carry on to the man and then loot your resources. Like what Prince said, Saklanima top 2 of the machine that came and then sent it to a company from Sierra Leone that is operating. First of all, tell me, why would a company from Sierra Leone?
If a Malabio.
Sierra Leone.
If a Malabio now.
Operating in Liberia.
If a man has a business, if a man bureau, you get connection with the president. What are you talking here, man?
What would Sierra Leone give to Liberia? A company from Sierra Leone that have our own mineral resources, but it is operating in Liberia. What would be the benefit from Liberia for Liberian people? A company from Sierra Leone. Will a company from Liberia go to Sierra Leone to go dig damo? To go dig a company from Liberia? It will never happen. What wrong with these people? But this was a government worker that said our mineral resources are being taken out of the country and going to different countries. And he said, when I come to power, no Liberian mineral resources will leave the country. Nobody will come to Liberia and man and our resources and take it out of the country. He said the Liberian people themselves will take responsibility of their resources, of their diamond, of their gold, uranium, oil, and things. But here is this government. A company from Sierra Leone is operating in Liberia. Will a company from Liberia, even if Liberia have one, go to Sierra Leone, go to Ivory Coast, go to Guinea, go to Ghana to go operate there? What is wrong with these people?
My man, our rhetoric to come to power. And we remember the video Prince to play here. The president said there'll be nobody selling on the street, no children will sell, everybody will be in school. All of that. They just cajoled. Listen, the United Party people knew there was the country was a gullible society. The gullibility in the society was too high. And how the Ghanaians still start the country, they started spreading propaganda. How can a Melo Henry co-study? Let me read some people from the University of Liberia, Lensu, all the children from the university, they were struggling to go to the University of Liberia. They believe that Henry Costa was the smartest Liberian who ever lived that land. He's a cajole and see them falling for our hero. Where is the hero today? I see why he's silent. Why he's silent now? He said they are advocates. They were in the corridor of America. When they come with that stupid show, the root show, they can join the Liberian people. He feels so smart, he eloquent. Where are they today? Why are they not talking no more? Eh? Why are they cutting off now? Why are they not talking no more? They were nothing. They were nothing they call hero. He remember, I can still remember perfectly. He said they had some billionaire there. They bring in billionaire. What's the billionaire Henry Costa? The United Party ruling now. He confirmed with the Joseph Baga administration. Why the billionaire there? They were in Washington, D.C. They get member in Congress. They get so lie. They got ability in the country until nobody can question this guy. Nobody question it all the time.
Let me say this to you. And I will say this clear here. None of those guys, both the House and the Senate, none of them, I'm telling you, my connection equal to me. If I can tell anybody today, if I am a senator or a representative in our country, the connection I got, the thing I would do in my district, the thing I would do in my county, people will be thinking that, right? I'm under the government. If I would tell people I don't have to go worship the president or any government there, I will use my own connection. And I'm telling them, as I'm sitting here, I got connection that any of those senators and representatives in Liberia.
But friend of cutting or what baffle me, when you remember vividly, if social media was full, thousands of people have podcasts. Every day they bashing George, the Vatala Patrick, they all these novices there. They are in the corridor because they wanted power. They were running Mark Gibby, challenging. What are these guys there today? What they been serving there? They couldn't stand George Weah. They have platform upon platform. Where are they today? What is so-called Facebook, especially for those in America, women. All of that, the Yesini name, the war crime code, all these crazy things were just fabricating, that smear whole day they lie in the corridor of the country, 16 billion missing money, they 1 year selling your all blood, in building condominium, all this garbage. Why are they today not talking? We have heavy corruption on our watch. Inflation has engulfed the nation. Heavily inflation has engulfed the nation. Governor, even able to elaborate economy. The $1.2 billion they're talking about, and they have audio budget. Where they puppeted that audio budget. Why are they not talking today? Where are they? It's not what can baffle me and friend? That's so native people trying what doing all that nonsense to George Weah. And just so native people, why are they not talking today? All of them silent and mute. Why are they not in Washington, D.C. now to talk about sanction on this government? Police brutality all over the place. Great comment. They can't care into Washington, D.C. Videos are all there. They can't care. They're taking your land, Guinea, into infiltrating your land today. All of them silent. Where are they? That the one that can buy for me. Still, they got a society will say tomorrow when they got the camera or 2028 again, you will see they calling a hero again. They're not hero nowhere. They were liars. They don't have nothing in the country. They get nothing to counter in the country. A reality. So they want for the country to be destroyed, for everybody to lose.
Yeah.
Because they get no property in the country. Because if you get property in that country, you get something to lose. You will never put your country to the dark days. But all of them were calling for sanction, calling for war. All these, they were sounding war drum. Where are they today? I don't respect none of them. Because the society, that limited society, that's a question. That because a lot of people don't read. Like when you like on social media, can see what you did just now. You just Google straight. You knew the difference between the port of the free port of Monrovia and the port of Abidjan. Right there. Like people can check none of these things there. They're just having a smartphone all in their hand. People will just come out and laugh to them. That's why I like this platform. We told you this not a propaganda platform. We play you video by video. We holding the United Party for the thing they said to the Liberian people. We relaying video. We comparing George Weah and their George Weah 6 years and their 12 years compared to that person 3 years. That's what we're doing here. That nothing else we're doing here. We're not playing magic here. We're not lying here. They were lying. Him and Costa will come. They'll be reading from stupid notes. They're lying to the corridor. For nothing. They will buy a story. They spread gibberish, sending people to protest all in the country. Yet no, we're relaying video. That's the difference under the palaver and us. Spooning what? Look at Radio Kigali spooning talk. Spoon told them, oh, friend, lie in the corridor for 5 good years. 5 good years. Now he's seen what now the United Party causing in the country. They knew Baka would never deliver the country. They knew. So they just perpetuate that man, they lie in the corridor and then they brought into power. You see, today the United Party is naked. Seriously naked, they broke, no connection, nothing. No investors are coming in the country. Nothing changing in the country now 3 years.
You see, like you were saying, right? For me, let me be frank here. I can't blame Costa. I blame the ignorant of the Liberian people. Costa sat down on his platform. Costa sat down on Spoon TV.
I'm sorry.
Costa said he is not a native man and he will never recognize himself as a native man. Those were his statements. And he said he's a Congo man. He's proud to be a Congo man. He didn't stop there. He went as far as saying, having said that, he's not a native man. He will now be a native man, and he will never identify himself as a native man. Rather, he is a Congo man. He went as far as saying he will treat the native men, the native people, like sheep and goat. Where he will, in fact, like dog, he said he will treat them like dog. When he said, sit down, you sit down. Bear down, you bear down. Go, you go. Stop, you stop. So that means anything that I say, you will agree with. And I don't know. So those are the words of Costa. And Costa said those things. And then they see native men, they see native people, children, sat down there and still listen to Costa when Costa said he will treat the native man like a dog. When Costa said he will never identify himself as a native man, but rather a Congo man. And he said the reason why he will treat the native man like a dog, because when he tell the native man back, the native man back. When he tell the native man sit down, the native man sit down. When he tell the native man go, the native man go. That means the native man is being controlled. That means the native man is stupid.
Okay, then friend, why he wanted Danny with the native man Jeremiah Poon now, the vice president? Why he wanted Danny now? Because you know why he wanted Danny with the native man now? Why he wanted Danny?
But that's the same thing he said. The native man is stupid. He controls the native man. That's the same thing there.
You know, the thing is with these people, like I said today earlier, they do not have love for country. They were speaking because they wanted their own portion of this particular cake. They were not speaking because they love Liberian people. Those people were talking, oh yeah, Liberian people, no job. They were not talking for you. They were talking for themselves. For example, look at people like Stanton. Look at some of these people, my own sister, Yasini, and etc., etc. The people who are talking, oh, we love Liberia. We want Liberia to be better. We want Liberia to be this. With the kind of atrocity that are going on right now, you will expect that these people should be even more angrier than ever before.
Yes.
And take appropriate action with our international partners. But they are not speaking. They are not talking. Today, these are the same people that are angry. You were angry yesterday. You're angry today. And the only reason why you're angry is because you've not been getting, or you don't have the portion of what we promised you. The Stanton Waterspoon that you see today talking, people don't know. Let me say this. Stanton Waterspoon was promised the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. That he can send his people there. That ministry, he will be in charge of that ministry. In other words, whoever that he recommend will be appointed there. And at the end of the day, what he expected did not work. What he expected did not work. He expected that the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism, he was going to be able to recommend, to just say, where am I? Area the president, I recommend this person. Then they go as minister. I recommend the other person. Then they go as this. I recommend the other person to go as that. That was the plan. But at the end of the day, all of the people that he even recommend, with the exception of somebody like how you call Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene.
Way through. Even now at the Ministry of Information, that way to Mika. How you call the place at ELBC. At the end of the day, those other guys that he recommended, the Fadiga brothers, that some of them were recommended, could not send them to the Ministry of Information, Culture and Fair Tourism. They sent the other one to LDA. He went there, whatever he did, why he do there, they ran away. So today, when you see people like Stanton talking, don't be deceived. No, he's not talking because he loves the Liberian people.
Yeah, but if you want to make me angry, why sedition? Why not make me angry about the CDC people? Why I can give up CDC people? This man destroy your outside, inside. He brought the government to his knees. He made us to not retain second thing. Then you see gullibility. You see the sedition and watching a show. He's not a hero. As you said, because Bakana getting the red fast, they play him. The United Power Key, the guys, and the newest Stanton was nothing. Besides America fraud money, he was nothing. He used that money. You are using that money to buy all the media institutions, to sing the whole unit, to sing the whole CDC. You wanted to buy all the news, the radio system, all in the country. You are working with Ronnie C. He was the front page Africa Ronnie C. They wanted to get a lot of hate pieces there against George Weah. All of them were in Kowu. All of them were in bed. I remember you wanted to buy Freedom FM. All that time, since I said no. You wanted the top journalists there in the country for them to, buy the whole cover of the media institution to get one narrative, to control it. But most of the media institutions, they say no in the country, the AB William, all these guys, they say, no, you know this. You're nothing to us here. Not because you highlight your platform, based something and come on it. We're not working with you. Who are you? You're not even part of the country yourself. You don't even come yourself on vacation. You don't even come to the country. Who are you? Because the people give you relevant, because you have money to be paying for information. He spread a lot of lies on that platform. I call a platform Radio Kigali. I'll challenge him any day. He can never debate no Liberians. We debate. That they come on the table, they were destroying. They were destroying reality. Because our society, that gullible society, they don't check beyond people. In some country, you will never be relevant. You will never be relevant. Especially they know your source of that money, forget it. But I see the platform, the money take on the platform, and the platform are chaos. But CDC, they still go there, they still listen to him. What can baffle me? Y'all can baffle me. Yeah, seriously. He destroyed CDC, then with CDC, and they're still watching. Now I can baffle, it can play on me sometimes. I say, but wait, That's why I say a judge not in anything anymore. I swear. Prince, and I said it many times. The dear judge, I say, you're not running, you're not taking part in Liberian politics. I'm done with that Liberian politics. No, I will never talk. I will leave my life that all that way. I'll just live my life. Fight for myself and make my money whatsoever. Yes, because if you look at the politics in our country, no loyalty in the nobody loyal in politics anymore. They say they're seeking no politics not like that. You gotta be loyal. You gotta be because you know if you say you with this man, be with a particular man, the whole country in disarray. Nobody loyal in the whole Republic of Liberia. I see about how happy how the president not having taking part in anything. He's not discussing Guinea story. He's not discussing what the United Party doing. Time will come, he will get a change. But 2027, 2026, ending to 2027, now he will let the cat out of the bed. That time you will know where called George Weah. But for now, let it be quiet. For me, like you can see anything you want to say about him that a problem. He will be mute.
Like he's saying, and you know, one time a caller called here saying that President George Manuel Weah does not care because he's silent about what is going on and those things. And I said to that caller, what are you doing? Because it was people like you. He called from Canada. It was people like you who sat down in a white man country and told Liberian people not to vote for President George Manuel Weah, and told Liberian people if you vote for Weah, you will never support them. Your Canadian dollar will never go to them, your own family member. You threaten friends, family, relatives. You threaten them. And those play huge impact in the shift of politics, in the shift of voting from one party to another, because people were not willing to let go the Canadian dollar, the US dollar, or the little help that you run to people, right? And today, you are coming out to say President George Manuel Weah is not speaking. Yesterday, when you had the influence, why not today you don't have the influence to speak for the government that which you voted for, you advocated for, you told your people to vote for? Your people did not want to do it. But because of the little support, you influence your people to vote for that government. And today, you are coming to say President George Manuel Weah is silent. No. And we said it. This man is not silent because he wants to be silent. That's the Liberian people government. He went to the Liberian people with all what he did. And he came back to the Liberian people. This is me. This is what I did within a course of 6 years. And you said you did not want it. You wanted more greediness. You wanted more. A man that has served, a man that Liberia has served, not even a man that Liberia has served for over 42 years with nothing in return to the Liberian people, to the Liberian nation. And then they see men came by with nothing to show in his own country. This man
you got a C14 friend. She got a C14. 2022 shopping mall that were under construction. I played a drag the woman to go do. He to go drag the man to a shopping mall. He know nothing about 2022. The people started on a project to go. He say you won't go. You go break. You go and call ribbon there to dedicate. I got shame on the Unity. I said the Unity Party. 3 years now, Liberians. 3 years. Where are that project? Where are that signature project of the president? So the president will never need no legacy. Why you running behind everybody project? Yeah, I said they may not in control, but a second I say, hey, you're not bringing your nonsense on me. Why I gotta go do? Why I gotta dedicate that shopping mall? I don't know nothing about. I gotta do my own legacy. I gotta lead legacy in this country here. No signature project of the president. No signature project of the president. They just taking the president. But I like the message Ellie Joseph said sent to the Unity Party. Now they're letting the cat out of the bed, small. She said, listen, you're gonna finish the RIA rule. She told them, he said, listen, any investor want to come in this country, you're gonna finish the highway. So that they play what you used to call the death trap. When Georgia was building that particular place, you're gonna finish it. She know it. She went okay. I listened to the whole interview. I play, I say, okay, they will really feel in this country, joy. We are really develop this country. She started cutting some things in there. I say, okay, that now she recognized that joy, we are doing something here. All of them were in denial. All of them were in denial.
And there's one thing, right? That RIA rule, right? Something is coming to my mind, right? I'm trying to believe that the full funding for that RIA was not paid, and that is why it's being delayed because they don't have it. You see, all the other projects, in that just that's my perspective. All the other projects that was fully funded, right? They are being completed, and that is why he's presenting. But you see, the RIA, it just gets stuck because I want to believe that, right? The full funding was not completed, and they don't have it, and that's why it's still dragging.
We don't know what putting 11 rows in now.
But maybe that part that was funded, that particular part was funded, but I mean the full package. But let me say one thing here. You see, whenever you try to take credit for something that you did not achieve, right, it don't become achievable. That means you can maintain it. It don't become achievable. It don't become fruitful. It don't show. Why am I saying this? You see the school pocket dedicated in Bon County? Have you seen a picture of that school?
Yeah, I saw that thing.
Look, these people, they can't maintain it because they don't have the funds. They don't have the capital to maintain it. Delegating project is not up to it, right? Because their heart is not in it. Their hand is not in it. It was not them that did the project. They just went it there. Look, apart from the sample, right? There are pictures I saw the school building itself inside the school. When you see a woman, it looked like that school was built 10 years ago. And I'm telling you, it looked like
the student destroying the school now.
No, not me. For me, I will not see that student.
That student. They're not meeting that far school.
I didn't see students destroying it. I wouldn't see destruction. I wouldn't see things broken down. I mean, ugly, dilapidated, and things. What I would say here is the maintenance. Nobody there. They don't hire people. That's the same thing they did with the PHP or the Invisible Park. When President Josh Manuel was there, people were there maintaining it.
Yes.
And you see, right? Funds were coming in. Hard funds were being raised. And, and that's the thing. They don't want to ask this. Look, it is very sad when you get into government or when you're taking over and you just land your predecessor.
Yes.
Very bad. You never do it. And that is what they did. They keep the sound their predecessor. Now, to maintain the PHP park or the Invisible Park, they can't because they don't know where money was coming from. Because they were saying, oh, that state money, man, that Liberian people money, they're supposed to do this. So why now they can't use that same Liberian people money that President Josh Manuel were using to maintain the PHP
to maintain it. Yeah, you're right.
So and we cannot say there are no employees at the PHP park because as far as I'm concerned, when they came there, they laid off people who they said CDC put there. They were CDC people. They were CDC workers. They brought in their own workers. They did. They brought in their own workers. But if they brought in their own workers and they had their own workers there, why the place is being like that, daily like that? Why the place is not being maintained? Because the truth here is, when President Josh Manuel, the park was open years before the election, and it was well maintained. You couldn't see trash. I mean, bathroom, everything clean. Everything to say they came there before they opened the PHP park. No, the PHP park was open. And it was well maintained.
Ellie Joseph said, attended the opening. Said Ellie Joseph said, Jova invited her to the opening of the ceremony. Said
exactly. And by the time they came in, less than 6 months.
Yeah, they damaged the whole place.
The camo, everything. I mean, nothing functioning. You see toilet all in a bathroom or on a commode there and stuff. So what do you expect? It is the government. So
car parking all in front of the places now. Car parking all over the place. Yeah. And they have parking. It's not deplorable, man. Wow. why the United Party came. That's why I said to people, if you want Ellen Johnson salary, you can name that project on 5 finger. I said, friend, well destroy the Unity Party. George will change the lane of the politics in Liberia. Since 1847, maybe the person, maybe you would say do try, but they get do enough change. They may brought developmental politics in the whole game. He changed that old school narrative. What 12 million were doing, lying to the Liberian people, thought about them. No, Trevor brought developmental politics in the whole country. Now why the competition is on. Now why the Unity Party is struggling. Because they don't develop nothing. They don't develop nothing. Look at workers, 23 years now, no signature project. Look at Kula Fofana say, we'll never do no small project. That roundabout. They wanted to clean it here, they will roundabout. They will not do no small project. What are the major project? No major project from the Unity Party. The Nuka finished by George Weah. Everything. I can name that project. Any followers here within the Unity Party, please name your project on a live feed. I'm begging you.
All the project they call small projects that was undertaken by the former president that are delegating. And they said they cannot delegate any small project. But they can't do no project. The small project they said President George Manewia was doing,
okay, fine, let me ask you. The president broke ground for the Justice Complex, the Samuel Doe project. They started it already?
Well, I think I heard say the last time the people that can take out the cow, the Fulani, the cow went there, I played, they went to go eat the cow poo all there. So how it was stop.
Okay, the second one. When you're laughing, the 100 school, the 100 public school, that Gafan talk about 100 public school. He said, Gafan said they already get a funding for the international community, the donor partners thing. They start one of the 100 school here.
The last time I checked, our forest I saw there. So the BB tree then stay standing, they cut that tree there down here. So
what is the Unity Party project? What is, and they say they had a blueprint. The CDC will do the work.
The blueprint this guy had has never come to fruition. You know, these guys are bunch of gangsters, serious criminal. Today, look at what is happening in the government. Because they don't want for people to talk, they're putting out all kind of communication, trying to sanction people. But again, time have caught up with us. And we'll go to you, Frank, so that you can conclude from your end. And then we'll go to Jake and we'll call today a day.
Yeah, we say all now already.
In my conclusion, right, let me touch on this. It baffles me, right? There are major issues of concern going on in a country that need to be addressed by the useless House of Representatives of Liberia, by the useless Senate of the Republic of Liberia. But let me go to the House, because it is the House that I saw. We have major issue in the country. Your country have been overtaken by another country. Your country have been invaded by another country. The House left it. But because of distraction to distract the Liberian people, look, the House went and sat down to make noise about removing Yaga Kolba. Impeaching Yaga Kolba. That was, I watched that entire thing. I was like, are these guys real? You sit down here while your people are being ran out from their land. You sit down here while Liberia is being invaded. As we speak right now, Liberia is under Guinea, because we have Guinean flag on the soil of Liberia. We have Guinean army on the soil of Liberia. We are paying allegiance to the Republic of Guinea, to the flag of Guinea, instead of the flag of Liberia. We are saying I pledge allegiance to the pledge of Liberia, of Guinea. not Liberia. And you guys sit in a house and make noise about removing Yeke Kolba. What will be the benefit of removing Yeke Kolba? Will that carry the Liberian people back on their farm? Will that carry the Liberian people back to their houses, to their home? Will that carry the Liberian people back to go to school, the school they left? By removing Yeke Kolba? We have major issue in the country right now. And the house spending money. The house spending money on stupidity, on something that is useless, nothing to talk about. And Liberian people are sitting there silent and not talking. This is wrong, folks. This is wrong. Yeke Kolba should not even be in a topic like the what should go and be discussing about Yeke Kolba to remove Yeke Kolba. The same thing Yeke Kolba did the previous government, he's still doing it. That's freedom of speech, right? You guys said it was freedom of speech. Why not today are you wasting taxpayer money? Are you wasting the resources of Liberia instead of using our resources? Why don't you use it today about Guinea? Yesterday, the army, when President George Manneh we had traveled, the army wanted to overthrow the president of the Republic of Liberia on nonsense or stupidity. But today, the nation has been invaded by another country, and the army is doing nothing. But the army wanted to remove, the army wanted to overthrow a president because the president traveled. Meanwhile, the army is there, the country is being invaded by another African country.
That's the irony.
For me, to close to the followers, respect once again, salute to you people, because of you people we are here. You'll share this video, sharing is free. My question I'm asking the followers and the Liberian people that follow us, the 17,000 vote that the so-called Unity Party stole, and we know today they stole the election. That facts, you can see the rhetoric all on the wall. Because there is a conclusion. First round of the election, Liberian, George Weah won the first round, but he never had a 51. But he won the first round of the Liberian election. During the second round, I had to do that daily job with the NEC boss, Madame Lassana Brown, all these people, the Liberian American ambassador McCarthy, other than got involved, and they stole that election. Today they came to power. My question here to the Liberian people: are you people better off now? Be honest to yourself and your family. Are you people better off now than the 6th year of George Weah? Are you people better off now? The rescue they were talking about, what the changes in your hospital today? Anything have changed for the country? July 26 will make 179 years old, oldest independent nation. Your healthcare system, one of the poorest in the West African region. Poor country, individually, Liberian are poor people. Individually, let the government, 5 million people. You can't count 15 multi-millionaires in the Republic of Liberia. Poverty aggravate the whole nation. Poor, I said family, wow. Individually, we are poor people. Poor to the core, the fast here. What thing have changed? They came for life. They ruled the country 12 good years. Ellen Johnson said it. That told you, I would destroy the executive mansion. I would be by in 24 hours because another native guy was in power. They called Samuel Kayin Do. May his soul rest in peace. She came. She worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. She never renovated the executive mansion. It was like a ghost to them. They lie in the corridor. What do you have changed? Nothing changed. The Unity Party still ruling the country. On her watch, nothing have changed. Nothing changed. No development went on. Education was flop on that watch. It's still flop on that watch. Nothing have changed in the country. The country in disarray. Your healthcare system ruined. Inflation has engulfed the nation. Drugs. The same people that brought the war, they brought drugs in the country. They pinned it on George Weah because they wanted election. What thing have changed? DA have been compromised. Just engulfed the whole nation. People all over the country, they're taking people from the houses, breaking people, poor people houses down. What they have changed? The person said they're not making no new land. But Guinea have taken your new land. Guinea have taken land. The statement he made, God showing something. He said, God not making no new land. Guinea said, I will show you that we can take your land. Let him go for that land now. I think God is happy in Lofa country, Bagia. So he left with the Lofian. He left with them. They will settle that thing. It's not like Liberian people cup of tea. They know they like a thing going on George Weah. If this honor George Weah, there'll be protests in the country. What do you have seen? Inflation, high prices going on in the country. Our staple food going up. The bread and butter issue, they don't discuss it anymore. It was all of the day on the job. We are bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter. You don't see them talking about the bread and butter issue because they don't even know what they call the bread and butter issue. Gafan sell it. He said they'll buy bread and put butter inside and share with you people. So the chicken, yeah, they don't even know the bread and butter issue. So Liberians that say the debate will be on. We are here to check them. We're not proving propaganda here. We told you people, on the Palava Hall, we play you video. We relay video. We never play propaganda. We never lie on somebody because George Weah ruled the country. He will know what he did in the country. That's why we're comparing everything. The best choice for 2029 Liberian, George Weah 2.0, by the grace of God, with long leg. Nothing can stop it. If the United Party believe that they don't believe they will cheat the country, if they will believe they will cheat to retain power, I will assure you that country will go back in the dark days. Seriously, how come 82 years old men they will be killing themselves for 82 years old men? They say they will cheat the election. So Prince, I close on that one.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. I want to say thanks to our brother Frank, and thanks to you for the time. And to our many listeners and sharers, I want to say thanks to all of you who continue to support the platform. It is because of you that we go above and beyond to ensure that we bring you the information. On this note, we want to say have yourself a God bless day. Bye from our end.
Yeah, bye-bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.